Hey guys, how are we all? Welcome to My Way Tarot. This is going to be a general love reading for the sign of Taurus. This is going to be a weekly general love reading for Taurus. This can resonate with your sun, moon, rising or Venus sign, so please check out the other available videos on the channel so you get a clearer, more concise picture as what potentially could be happening for your love life in this week. Now, I could be reading for yourself or for your love interest, the one that's on your mind, so please use your own discernment and flip the roles to however this best fits with your situation, but please do not make the story fit, okay guys? If the reading resonates or if parts of the message resonate, then that's awesome. If it doesn't resonate, then it's just simply not your message, okay guys? So let's have a look and see what's happening for Taurus for love for this week. Okay. Yeah, see what's happening for Taurus for this week. Angels of love and light. Yeah, clear, concise messages for Taurus, please. What's happening for love for Taurus? Okay. Magician, wow. Okay. Somebody is realizing something about themselves. Okay. Queen of Swords in reverse. Star energy in reverse. Taurus, please. Seven of Cups in reverse. Queen of Pentacles. Page of Cups in reverse. Page of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So we have Gemini, Virgo, Scorpio energy here with the Magician. We have Aquarius here specifically with the Star energy being in reverse. We have water on the table, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn here with the Queen of Pentacles. And we have air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius as well. Queen of Swords in reverse. And we do have a little bit of fire later on here. Okay. So what I'm picking up on is that either you or your love interest may at one point felt incredibly confused. There could have been a lot of illusions at play to do with the connection of sorts. Maybe somebody wasn't sure what they wanted when it came to love and particular relationships. Potentially there was a lot of emotional immaturity at play and someone needed to do some healing on themselves. Potentially I'm getting the sense that maybe someone kept their options open or kept people confused or was a bit of a trickster with other people. Potentially because they may have been hurt previously by other people, so maybe they felt like they had the right to do the same and hurt other people, and there's that saying, hurt people hurt people. So what I'm getting is that it's just the sense that somebody may have treated you not necessarily in the kindest of ways, or maybe treated you as an option, or didn't necessarily see your worth at the time, maybe kind of cut you off completely. Potentially they didn't feel like they were going to have what they wanted from you, so therefore they cut you off, and you may have been relatively upset by this typical kind of situation. You may have even been a bit fearful, kind of putting your back against the idea of love. I'm getting the several sense that whoever you may have been dealing with previously may have tried to get you to compete with other women or other men to try to get to be with them, as it were. And it just didn't necessarily, that's not something that you wanted to do. That's not something that you wanted. Nobody wants to feel that way. Nobody wants to feel like they're competing for someone else's love and someone else's affection. And so I feel like somebody may have purposefully tricked someone else by withholding their affections, by withholding how they felt about someone and treating them like an option because they had been repressing their past pains from other particular relationships that they haven't necessarily healed from, and therefore kind of used other people because the fact that they had been used previously by other people. And so I'm getting this sense that most likely there may have been one point where you may have come into this person's life previously or recently, however this resonates, and felt like you were being compared to by other particular people that they were dealing with, or kind of meeting up with, or dating, or etc. And there wasn't as much transparency in your connection. Maybe you felt like, especially if you had a lot of love for this person, and you felt deeply for this person, and you expressed these particular feelings, that they may not necessarily have been reciprocated. And the other person that you were dealing with may have been a bit more of like out to try to get what they could potentially get from you, rather than, and didn't have very much to offer you, rather than necessarily treating you properly and seeing your worth. And you know, you may have been really quite confused potentially. You may have been like fearful to, I'm getting like kind of like the idea of wanting to kind of swear off all men or swear off all women. Like you could have been a little bit like, no more, I'm not going to be dealing with this. I don't want to be put in as a potential option. I don't want people just to feel like they can just come in and out of my life and it's just be for the sense of lust and infatuation. Like I want something more solid, something that is going to be grounded and stable and long term. Like, you know, I'm a really good person, I know what I can offer, I'm like long term hubby wifey material, and I should be seen that way. And I feel like you've gone through a particular lesson or a cycle or situation with this person previously, which has then enabled you to find this kind of inner stability within yourself, so that your emotions aren't necessarily all over the place, and that you're kind of walking away from what doesn't necessarily serve you anymore. And you know, just because other people, when they come forward towards you, you may what I'm trying to say is, it's like you may have had this realization that other people, or maybe this one particular person that you may have dealt with in the past, was incredibly immature, especially emotionally, very childish, and they may have come across to you as they had pure intentions in your connection at first, but then necessarily something happened and you may have felt like, oh, I don't know if I can trust this person anymore. But it's like the realization of what you now know about this other person potentially is that they most likely projected their kind of fears onto you, and the emotional baggage that they had from previous relationships or situationships of how they've been treated by other people, and they put that on you. They put that on you. And it's for you to kind of get this illumination, this enlightenment, this realization. You're gaining this kind of clarity that now you've got this kind of information, this kind of wisdom and knowledge. You're seeing above the clouds, as it were, and you're realizing that you can discern a lot better about who you want to kind of invite into your space and who you're going to kind of swipe off. And because you've gone through a very tough lesson in your life, like something has grown clear to you, that you've realized that you may not necessarily had trusted your intuition previously, and now you're getting to the point of like, actually, you know, I am going to be trusting of my gut so much more, and therefore I've got to this particular point in my life, and now I'm realizing that these people who may have given up on given the front, that actually they want to put the effort in, that they're ready to put in the hard graft into a connection with me, may not necessarily be, you know, giving the full truth or expressing this particular full truth. And you're realizing who wants to build with you and who doesn't want to build with you, where there is going to be growth and where there isn't going to be growth. And you're kind of discerning about whether you should bother putting in effort to a connection of sorts or not. Like, I'm just getting this overall sense that you're kind of, potentially there may have been a point if you overgave in other previous situations or sorts, and you may have felt exhausted because you may have just been giving and giving of yourself, of your love, of your time, of your energy, of your emotions, etc. And then got to the point where you're like, oh, hang on, so how am I giving all of this away and leaving very little to myself, and then I'm not necessarily receiving the same as of back. Like, why isn't there a growth in a connection? And potentially it's this realization, this discernment of going, this is a really tough pill to swallow, but now you're kind of setting your boundaries in place when it comes to other people, because you are healing of yourself. And then when you have done this, people are going to see you not as an option, but as the only person, the only option, as in this long-term spouse. And then therefore they're going to be coming forward towards you and offering you love, offering you this kind of new sense of love, where there may have been a time where you could have potentially felt powerless at one point, to do with a connection of, you know, why am I not getting what it is that I'm wanting when it comes to love? Potentially giving your power away to other people, realizing that because you found this new sense of self-worth for yourself, that actually the ball is going to be in your court. And when these relationships come in for you, or these opportunities, or having a chance to move forward in relation to love, you're going to be more open to the idea of just enjoying for what it is. It is what it is, and not take it too seriously and have a bit more fun. But then at the same time, like, feeling really good in yourself. But it's like being light-hearted and putting yourself out there, but not to the point where you're over-giving, and that people are going to be taking your kindness for a weakness, I'm getting. And you're going to be able to embrace new love and move on here with the full energy. You could be dealing with a Cancer, or maybe even an Aries. Yeah, you're giving up on people, you're giving up on relationships or partnerships where they don't want to have the long-term stability with you here, because you're in the upright Queen of Pentacles, and you're giving up on other people who are not going to come forward towards you with the intention of having the same energy as you, because it's just been all too tiring, it's all been too consuming. You want to be able to drop your guard when it comes to love, but it's using that discernment of who can I trust and who can I not trust. And then you're trusting in yourself here with this new vision, and having this breakthrough of what you want for your life in relation to love and particular relationships, which is really beautiful. And other people are going to have to come forward towards you, you know, and they're going to have to, like, confess how they feel about you properly. Especially if they want you kind of back in their life. If this is a past person, they're going to have to confess, they're going to have to make changes in their life, that if they want to have a new stable beginning with you and overcome what they need to in order to step up, to kind of, you know, be with you, as it were, to take care of you, to be reliable, to look after you, to provide, to be there as a solid person in your life. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. But you, regardless of whether you're like meeting new people, or a past person wanted to come back, or what have you, you're kind of just, you know, knowing the option of a new chapter in your life of passion is going to be there, and it's going to be available to you soon. You're just focusing on your own world, on your own little bubble here, as it were, on your own passions, and focusing on you. You kind of know it's there, but you're not fully focusing on all these other people and what potentially they could be bringing you or not bringing you, or whatever. You've gone through enough as it is. And so it's kind of like you're now discerning about what you want in your own world, and that so someone who is going to be of equal to you, who is going to sit beside you, and who is also going to be like, I want to build on this world that you have made for yourself. But them themselves being independent and you being independent, and kind of gelling the two worlds that you have together to create your own kind of really beautiful world. But you're just focusing on you as of right now, in your own new projects potentially. I'm getting business, so you could be really focusing on building a business for yourself. Maybe you're looking into a new legal contract coming in for you. Maybe something to do with communication, writing, I'm getting. What have you, something like that. Let's look into the Magician here. So that was upright, the star was in reverse, so we'll put that back. But I just wanted to kind of show you the interpretation of these different events happening and how they kind of affect the cards, as it were. So there's the Magician here for Taurus. the Magician. Other people, because they'll see you, that you know of your worth, you're not just going to settle down for anyone, that you're going to most likely intimidate them because you're discerning about how you're going to create your own world with that Two of Cups energy. You're making plans and decisions for yourself. And this in turn is allowing you to kind of co-create what it is that you want to bring in for you in relation to love, you know, business I'm getting as well, home, family and everything else. It's really, really positive actually. There's the Magician here. You're no longer going to be left out in the cold by anybody with the Five of Pentacles in reverse. You're going to leave any unhealthy relationships that you've been potentially kind of walked in previously. And don't feel bad about letting anybody kind of down or like moving away from particular people. If they're meant to be in your life, they'll come back around here with the past life relationships card here with the Six of Cups. If they have the true intentions for you and they're meant to be back in your life, then they will be. But that's it. Why is the Magician here for Taurus? King of Wands, look at that. So you're becoming a lot more confident in yourself, realising that you can overcome any obstacles, and things are going to be moving very fast and forward in your life. Potentially you could have been dealing with a fire sign previously, if they did potentially treat you as an option or see you as an option, and then therefore you may be wanting to manifest this person back, but for them to have changed in a particular way, either that or this person is transforming themselves in order to get the bigger picture and realise that if they want to have anything with you, that they need to let go of who they need to in their life around them, potentially a karmic partner of sorts if it relates to a third party, and any emotional baggage that there may have been to do with that in order to come forward towards you. What else here for Taurus? Look at that. Beautiful. Three of Cups. But this is in the upright, which I feel like is really positive. So somebody's definitely healing themselves. There may have been a lot of third party situation, potentially previously, bit of jealousy and what have you. But somebody is kind of turning things around. They're realising it's definitely not giving them the fulfillment that they were hoping for, and they're healing old ways, I'm gaining more stability in their life. Look at that, breaking free from toxicity here with the Devil in reverse. Could be dealing with a Capricorn, or you have Capricorn strongly in your chart, or maybe this person does. Someone's just realising that they've kind of had enough with another situation of sorts, and therefore they're letting go of it. With this Devil energy in reverse. Someone's getting motivated to change things around. If they were to bring some sort of peace after a period of time where there's been difficulty, they're trying to take the time to heal themselves. Somebody may feel that actually, if they don't heal their ways, that you're going to have lots of suitors who are going to be coming in and sweeping you off your feet, who are not going to be treating you as an option. And that could be like the kind of catalyst for this person to be changing things around. If this person may have been dealt with a third party and they had a long-term situation here with the Ten of Cups in reverse, they're realising that was a very unhealthy dynamic that they were dealing with, and that they needed to isolate themselves from that particular situation and to move on forward away from it. They could have been denying this particular truth that it was an unhealthy situation for quite some time and kept it to themselves. They could have been dealing, potentially here, this karmic partner could have been a water sign or an air sign, and they were very clingy, very codependent, very manipulative, I'm getting. Potentially your person may have kind of bottled up their emotions to do with that situation if they were in a long term. Yeah, this person has been feeling fearful about breaking free, I'm getting, from difficulties They may feel like they haven't necessarily got the strength to do it as of yet, but that's what they're trying to manifest and bring in for themselves. They don't have the power there as of yet. They haven't quite got the confidence. They don't feel quite as capable as of right now to get to that point. They're definitely fantasizing about the idea of changing things around, but maybe they feel that they haven't quite got to where they need to get to as of yet. What's happening with the Magician? So obviously I'm picking up on lots of different storyline, guys, so please just take what you feel resonates and leave the rest, as I said before. What else is going on for Taurus? Yeah, someone's definitely letting go of something that doesn't serve them anymore, that they were stuck in an old cycle with here with the World in reverse. They're turning their back on a toxic relationship of sorts that they felt stuck in, that they felt hopeless about being, like, trying to get themselves out of, that they were stuck. But someone's realizing that just kind of feeling hopeless about a situation and kind of, you know, what have you, isn't actually going to get them out of the situation. So they could be very much like up in their head about it, but they need to turn their self around. Like, this person may have been very much like unsure and confused about their next move and feeling very unhopeful that a love relationship will come together, even if they were to drop something or drop an unhealthy behavior or an unhealthy person or a situation of sorts that wasn't necessarily working out. Potentially somebody feels like, even if I did all of that so that I could have an opportunity with my person, most likely to be with you, you know, is everything going to turn out in my favour the way that I'm wanting it to? If I do all of that, are we still good? Will we be able to get things together? They feel relatively blocked, like they're ready to move on from something that doesn't serve them, but they're now feeling afraid of putting themselves out there to come forward towards you, because they may feel like, well, even if I do all of this work and I change all of this situation around to kind of show that I'm interested in having something long term with my person, are they just going to reject me? Are they just going to continuously feel that I've got a load of other options and that I'm not actually speaking the truth? And your person may feel a bit like hopeless about the whole thing. And they've been up in their head about it, but they're trying to not let their imagination run wild with them here. And that's why they need to take the time to heal, here with the Four of Swords, to get out of their head so that they're not stuck in confusion anymore about potentially feeling that they're just going to be left out in the cold if they were to come forward towards you and be romantically rejected, even though they have all this love for you, these feelings. Potentially they may be a little bit obsessed with you. They may be really kind of holding back these particular strong feelings because they know that they have unfinished business here with you, with the World in reverse and the Six of Cups, because you're something special to them. Why is the Star here in reverse? So I'm picking up on lots of different things here, guys. It's not one specific storyline, so however this resonates. Why is the Star here in reverse for Taurus? Should I take all that? Yes. Look at that. Someone feels unsure here with the Devil energy upright, Ten of Swords in reverse, and Justice in reverse. Look. This person wants the Ten of Cups here with you. They feel unhopeful that even if they were to close off a really difficult toxic situation that they've been through in their life, most likely they've gone through legal implications, potentially to do with a long-term home. Doesn't necessarily have to be. Whatever it is that they've had to go through, they feel that even if they were to change everything around and they were to come forward and be honest with you and to let you know exactly what was going on, that you and them are not going to be able to fix something between the two of you. This person would most likely, want to kind of let you know that they've been, if they have been in another situation, they were treated very unfairly in that, and they didn't have a very good time in that situation. You know, there was just a lot of drama. I feel like this person wants to come forward towards you and kind of do everything properly and have the long-term situation here with you because they want to put the work in, but they don't feel like they've necessarily capable as of right now. They don't feel like they have what it takes to turn things around. I'm getting this kind of indication because they've been hurt previously from other relationships that have affected their kind of stability. I'm getting they just don't want to feel like it's all for nothing. Obviously it most likely won't be. If this is a particular person that you're wanting to come back into your life, I feel like there is going to be some sort of honest communication between the two of you, but this person will need to put in the work for you and them to have something more solid together. Could be dealing with a Libra specifically, or a Capricorn. This person really wants to have this Ten of Cups with you, but they're fearful of letting you down here with the Ace of Cups, especially if their previous actions didn't necessarily meet up with how they felt about you. And they rejected your offer as a sort, or maybe they rejected your offer to have something with, you know, have something together, and they kind of bypassed your offer and left you out in the cold here with the Five of Cups, feeling relatively rejected and heartbroken from this person. I'll take one more for this Star energy in reverse. So I feel like things are going to turn around. Someone definitely wants to build on a... I wasn't trying to make that rhyme. Someone wants to build on a solid ground, and things will eventually turn around. And that you both will eventually move on forward together here with a reunion or a reconciliation with the Six of Cups. So regardless of how this person most likely is projecting their fears about things not working out, the old cycle of what happened before most likely had to happen because it wasn't healthy and it wasn't balanced. Potentially you may have even felt that this person was most likely a karmic partner of sorts, a strong karmic, and you may have felt like, oh, I'm not sure if this person actually is my person, and may have doubted yourself. Potentially you may still be holding yourself back, being a little bit unsure, staying single as of right now. Here with the Nine of Pentacles, kind of focusing on you, not in a rush to get into love, as it were. If it's meant to happen, then it will happen, I'm getting. I want to know about this Wheel of Fortune. Just be optimistic and have faith that things will eventually turn around. Look at that, the sun. The sun is going to come out for you. I'm getting that sun. The sun will come out tomorrow. So you could be dealing with a Leo. So everything is going to turn around in your favour, and it's going to be very optimistic here with the Sun card. What I'm getting here at the bottom of the deck with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, like, yeah, if there was difficulties with the security, with the long-term home of sorts, or this person had that, they're going to be victorious in that because they'll follow their intuition and trust their intuition rather than letting their imagination run wild, and then eventually message you and contact you and most likely apologise to say that they know that they didn't have things balanced with you previously, and that, you know, they may have played a few little games previously, but I feel like this person predominantly feels quite regretful about that. So I feel like there's a lot of positivity coming in for you. You know, this person definitely wants to come back around and reignite the spark between you. Potentially if you may have been relatively fearful about being single. I'm getting that for some reason. Let's have a look. See what's going on for Taurus. Kind of like, yeah, look at that. Moving on, receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, and closure with the boat card. Beautiful. So you're moving on, you're receiving what you need to get on to the next part of your journey. Not enough. Frustrated in a relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear and ego issues, and jealousy. So you may have felt relatively frustrated with this person and decided to kind of move on. But they might also have lacked in confidence, or maybe you did. Potentially they may have even self-sabotaged the relationship, especially if they treated you as an option. And if there was third parties involved, there could have been a lot to do with trying to compete for someone else's affection and jealousy and what have you, and being really stuck in their ego, or you're most likely, and they kind of look runner, not enough. But what I'm getting predominantly is that this person run away from you after they saw they run away from you, but then you're recognizing of your worth. But the reason they run away from you on a deeper level of what they tried to hide was the fact that they didn't feel enough for you, and they were fearful of being intimate, like something intimate and long term with you. And so they just stayed in these other shallow connections. And even though they are in separation from you, wanting to be with you, they miss you. They were unsure of their future by staying in these other situations. They weren't that fulfilled. They had a lot of outdated thinking. They've definitely been rethinking like over and over again about your connection, and how they may have sabotaged it here with the hammer, and now they want to kind of work on it again. If this does resonate with a particular person, yeah, they're going to come forward towards you with some sort of truth here, truth and clarity, with the lightning and the sword and the rose. They're going to express how they feel about you. You are finding out this truth. Like you may have moved on from this person because you found out this harsh truth about what they were doing, and you may have been taken back by it, and then decided to just pursue yourself and figure out what you wanted in your life by making healthier choices and kind of finding your self-worth and embracing this new sense of self-love with being happier. And then naturally things are moving forward in your life with optimism. Look at that. Healthy choices and self-indulgence. Beautiful. You see these two ladies are sitting here and they're just focusing on themselves, just embracing, you know, what they want, focusing on their current, focusing on their now, appreciating themselves, giving themselves the time to heal, addressing what they need to address in order to move on forward, healing their heart. Look. And getting free from toxic relationships or addictions or particular people that have hurt them previously. But I definitely feel that this person will eventually want to come back around, if it is a specific person, to speak their truth and potentially take you out on a date, or maybe even just meet up for coffee, something along those lines. But you retreated from this person, and now they kind of want to retreat from whoever they've been dealing with in order to come forward towards you. What have we got here for Taurus, please, for the romance angels? Trust, look at that. The situation is calling for you to have faith. Trust that this separation was for the benefit of you both. If you had felt rejected from this particular person in the past, just trust and have faith and knowledge and knowing that this particular rejection was actually protection for you. That may be something that's relative, that may not even come across to you, but this person, if they weren't in the right frame of mind, or they had been stuck in their ego or their shadow side, or you know, in negative behavior patterns and all sorts of things, very egotistical, then it's like you actually kind of dodged a bullet. by being involved with this person back then at that time, and you may have not necessarily seen it and just kind of questioned you and your own self-worth, and oh, maybe this person doesn't fancy me, they just don't want, they're not interested, maybe it's all down to me and what have you, when actually it's probably some sort of saving grace that you didn't get involved with this person back then the way that they were, because you may have even been more hurt by this person, and so therefore you may have separated yourself. It's like having that trust and that knowledge of knowing that you separated from this person at the right time when you were meant to separate from them, because if you didn't separate from them at that time, then things could have been a lot worse. And what I'm getting is that if you are in separation now, obviously you are in separation from this particular person, and they do come back around, then they want to come back around to let you know how they feel about you, and then at least then you'll know that when they do come back around to you to give you this particular truth of how they genuinely feel and what's really been going on with them, that you'll then know deep down that the separation kind of saved you, and it just made you feel like, could make you feel like, actually now I know and recognise that it's safe for me to potentially love this person, because they've gone through what they've gone through and changed so that something more substantial could happen between the two of you. That's something I'm getting. What else are we getting for romance angels? Oh gosh. Oh wow. Oh my gosh, look at all that jumped out of me. Very soon, clearly decide what you want so it comes to you now. Yes, this is your soulmate and new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Wow. Bottom of the deck, we have true love. Beautiful. This is a romance of a lifetime. And reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning back to your life, and you're going to flirt with this person. Most likely you have a past life relationship with them, and we were saying that earlier because we keep on seeing the Six of Cups upright. They're going to express their love. So if they didn't express their love previously, because they didn't, you may have felt like it was unrequited love and didn't feel like there was the chemistry or the attraction. But actually, they felt it for you all along, and they just didn't express it, but they're going to express it. So this could be a past person that you're dealing with, that you had a few issues with, or a brand new person coming in. This past person, if they come back, is going to feel like brand new love because they would have changed. There's this recognition that you are soulmates together, that you have a strong spiritual connection. Very soon I feel like things are going to be changing out for you. This person will definitely want to come back around if it's a past person and ask for your forgiveness, and just kind of take it as a learning curve from your whole situation. But obviously this is all down to you and how you feel about the whole thing. So I'm going to look at the Soul Journey Oracle cards here and see what kind of advice or guidance we can get for you to close off the love reading. I'm not going to use the Soulmates in Separation today, the unspoken love messages, because the readings are going on quite long, but I just feel that I'll just change it up a bit. So let's have a look and see what's going on for Taurus, please. Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. See what's going on for Taurus. Taurus. Oh, I'm not sure if that was my fault or not. I'm going to put that back. I think that was my fault. Taurus, please. Worry. I'm learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. So potentially you may have gone through a very difficult cycle in your life in overthinking a particular relationship of sorts, and this could have been incredibly stressful, but you're now gaining this clarity and this truth, like this aha moment as it were, that regardless of how much you worry about something, you know, if you keep thinking about a particular situation, you keep worrying about it, it's only going to bring in more worry. It's like the more positive you are, you bring in more positivity. The more negative you are, and the more that you focus on this particular negativity, the more negativity that comes to you. It's like you just be attracting that in. It's like more of it. And so having this realization that worrying about all the stuff that may have happened in the past and continuously worrying about it is just going to kind of keep that all alive, you know, and keep that past stuff like present, and you're like just carrying it with you. And so therefore it's this kind of realization that actually you don't have to worry about, you know, you don't have to worry, because the worrying doesn't actually do anything. Like, it's just going to stress you out even more. And look, doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. And it's most likely when it's come to relationships here with the relationships card, I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good. So you may have had a lot of doubt and worry to do with particular relationships, or maybe your person has, but just worrying about things are not going to, it's just going to be more anxiety and stress and strain rather than necessarily being of real benefit, because it's not. So anyway, guys, wow, that is the end of the reading. I hope that you guys haven't kind of clicked off or fallen asleep. So if you did enjoy, please like, share and subscribe. Leave us a comment. I greatly appreciate it. If you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so you guys get an alert as to when I post another video for you all. I hope that you have a very good week, and we'll speak to you all again soon. So please take care, and bye for now. Thank you.